What's going on, squad? Welcome back. This is like our first kind of warm weather van trip. Really, I want to say since like last summer, before Labor Day of last week. I've done a lot of work on the van this past month that I feel like I just had to do. It's been almost 3 years since I originally built Luna, and there's been stuff that I just haven't really tended to since the original build. So I literally took my entire heater out of the van, completely rebuild it. I had to kind of rerun my electrical system. So there's been a lot of stuff that just had to get done with the van. And not only did I kind of want a change of scenery and a chance to enjoy the van in warmer weather, I also kind of wanted to put everything back through its paces. So I came down for just a short little desert trip. I always love coming down to MOAB in April. I feel like it's kind of the best time to come before it gets too hot, before it gets super crowded down here. And so I decided to do a little Monday, Tuesday sort of van trip. Just down here in the desert, enjoy the Red Rocks. Unfortunately, today looks to be one of those very overcast, windy, and rather just kind of cold days down here in MOAB. So kind of lucked out on that. But I believe tomorrow is supposed to be very nice, very sunny. So I think tomorrow might be a little bit better for adventuring and just sort of exploring the area. But my favorite part about southern Utah is just the camping that's available. So much public land. You managed to get a nice spot up here on the top of the road here. You can see the LaSalle Mountains this morning and last night. I think I'm gonna head into town a little bit, see what's going on there, maybe go grab a coffee. But I think today might be a little bit more of a mellow, slower day, and just enjoying what we got, you know. Before I head into one of the local coffee shops here in MOAB, I wanted to take 1 minute to thank today's video sponsor, Surfshark. A VPN encrypts your online data and helps secure your personal information when you use free public Wi-Fi. A lot of times when I'm out in the van, if I'm not able to use my Starlink, I typically go to a local coffee shop to either upload videos or just do some work that I can't otherwise do. And so by having a VPN, and just make sure that all of my information is safe from people who might be trying to steal it and things like that. Another cool feature of using a VPN is the ability to be able to swap your location of your computer to anywhere in the world. So let's say you're traveling out of country and you want to be able to still access either your shows, your streaming platforms that you can do in the States. You can actually change where your computer's IP is from to be able to still enjoy the same things you did in the States, and vice versa. If you wanted to see what was happening in other countries and go to different streaming platforms or whatever in other places, you can do this with the Surfshark VPN. You can try Surfshark yourself using my code for 3 months free, linked in the description. Also, if you try out Surfshark and you decide it's not really for you, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there is absolutely zero risk if you decide that it's not the right fit for your lifestyle. So thank you again to Surfshark for sponsoring today's episode. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get an amazing discount and try out Surfshark yourself. Let's go grab a coffee, do a little bit of work, and then I think the plan is to head up into Arches National Park. It's going to be a little bit, it'll be interesting. I think it'll be a cool sort of atmosphere with the mood and the clouds and all the wind. But yeah, going to grab a little coffee and then head up to Arches. I started this whole YouTube journey about 4 or 5 years ago now, and at the time, my whole plan was to just make videos, not think anything about it. And I kind of told myself at the time, I'm gonna do this until I turn 30 years old. That was kind of the point I gave myself
until I can kind of look up, kind of get my head up above the water and reevaluate where I'm at with this whole journey. And just last November was when I turned 30 years old. I've been feeling kind of lost and stuck lately, kind of at the same time, if that makes sense. And I don't really know why, but it's moments like this, it's sunsets like these, it's being able to see the stars and being free and Luna in the van, and it kind of remind me why I started this whole thing. This simple things remind me of what I truly love and who I really am, and it kind of reminds me to not overthink this stuff and just kind of get back to the roots of why I do this.
The weather is much nicer today, probably about as good as you can ask for mid-April, but I ended up camping in the same exact spot. Not only just like the same area, but literally I got the same campsite. I was kind of under the assumption that if it works, I try not to change it. This site worked out great, and it was even better last night. So I gotta be honest, I feel like Arches National Park, I don't wanna say is overrated, because it's an incredible place. It is extremely unique. But I just feel like, maybe I'm just not a desert guy, but I just feel like every time I go there, I'm kind of left feeling like I expected more. Might be a hot take, but that's just sort of my opinion on it. I feel like it's cool, it's 100% worth visiting, but I just think I'm more of a mountain and sort of Pacific Northwest type person, but I almost think maybe it's just a little bit repetitive. Short of sort of driving through the park, hiking Delicate Arch, the window section, there's just some more that's, I just feel like I want more. So I think I'm gonna make a drive up into Canyonlands today. Again, not one of my favorite parks, but kind of easy to get to and sort of a fun thing to do while in Moab. Fortunately, the downfall with Luna are her off-road capabilities. And I wouldn't even really call this off-roading, but I just think the suspension is so stiff. It's obviously meant for highway driving, that when I get in these washboard and unpredictable situations, it is very uncomfortable ride. So ideally I would upgrade to some sort of off-road softer suspension, but as you can imagine, those are not cheap. And without Luna being a four-wheel drive, I'm always hesitant to see just exactly how much I want to invest. I always have to sort of see just how long these roads are, because like right now I'm going 8 miles an hour. Much faster than this, and it sounds like the dishes are about to fall out, you know, the cabinet doors are flapping. It can sound pretty gnarly with it being so top heavy on such a stiff suspension. There's just no body roll or give to help get through these bumpy situations. But all I'm trying to say is a more off-road friendly suspension would make Luna, I think, just about, she'd have everything that she would ever need apart from four-wheel drive. I was debating on going up to Dead Horse Point State Park for the sunrise, but I just figured it might be best to try to find a campsite rather than try to do this dance in the dark. That's always kind of the struggle sometimes. And good thing I did, because this is the same zone that I've stayed at the past 2 nights. This is my 3rd night up here, and all of the campsites along the way that I've been staying at were totally full. It always ends up working out, but I just kept going and going, and I came back into like this, I don't know, like this little flat almost, but tucked away more towards the rocks. It's a lot quieter.
I think there'll be less traffic throughout the night. So according to my photo app, we're supposed to be getting the Milky Way right above these rock formations at like 2 in the morning. So there's been sort of like a half moon. So the first half of the night is pretty light, and then kind of like early morning, the moon goes away and the Milky Way appears. So it should be pretty cool to get it over this mountain. Like I said, just farther back in the zone. So it's just that much more sort of desolate and just all around better. And like literally as I'm sitting here, the sun has just went behind the mountain there, and it's like, oh, it's so quiet. The desert at night is one of the coolest experiences, with just how pitch dark it gets, how quiet it is. It's pretty sort of, yeah, it's unrivaled when it comes to just pure peace. So glad I came out here. Man, that's epic. Truly epic. I think it's okay to feel this way though. I mean, really, no one truly has it all figured out. It's been an incredible journey, and I'm very grateful for the experience I've had that YouTube has brought me. This isn't a video to announce any sort of change or anything like that, just more of a reflection, but more importantly, a trip like this kind of just reminds me of why I do this, what the Stoke Squad is all about. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you guys next time.